Hey YouTube, Test Jess One here. Another YouTube video for a 1/6 figure collectible that I have. It's the Threezero Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Honestly, I've had it for a few days, put on first unboxes. I just wanted to be open-minded about how the figure was and how it looked and how it portrayed, and I'm very happy with the outcome of this figure, and I'm just going to give you the reasons why I like this figure so much, and hopefully it's I can share this amongst people that are on the fence maybe to getting this figure, or have it already and still need some sort of feedback from somebody else. Hopefully I can help you in that way. Okay, straight up, the box is pretty standard. It's got like a chalky sort of feel to it, just like the Sandor box was, the yellow box. It's got this sort of powdery, chalky sort of feel to it. It's got this nice chrome sort of image. You can just see when I move backwards and forwards the image of Michael Myers with the knife, which is quite good, very good. Again on the side there with the Halloween writing and chrome there. Under light, and if you're displaying this box, it would look quite good. So yeah, they've done a good job there. Just on the boxing sort of side of things, I have a sideshow collectible box, which is the Jason Voorhees, and I don't mind having a smaller box because I keep my boxes, and having the larger box does take up quite a bit of space, especially the people in in some areas like Hong Kong and places, they do have limited space. So just to bear that in mind. But I do like these size boxes because they can display quite a presentable piece. But I do like the smaller boxes as well. You get this clamshell inside, just one layer clamshell. They don't have the stands or anything like that. And then it's pretty much standard. But what I'll do is I'll just quickly get the video down onto the table here and show you the accessories, and then I'll get to the figure. So the accessories part of it, all you really get is you get two knives, one being bloodied up and one being plain. They're both metal, which is a bonus. Then you have another weapon, I suppose you'd say, which is a little bit off from the what I've seen in the movie, because it was a standard sort of chopping axe style handle, where it gets broad at the end and has a bit of a tip that bends. This axe is more like a large tomahawk, to tell you the truth, and that's not the weapon I saw him use, or the tool he used when he's killing in the backyard there. So that doesn't matter, but that is plastic. Right, we have the two scarred hands. We have a gripping hand. There's two gripping hands, but one's already on the figure. And then we have a standard relaxed hand, scarred up as it is. Let's give you a nice close-up of that. And that's pretty much all you get as accessories. And now we get to have a look at the figure. There's been a bit controversial, the mask on this Michael Myers from The Curse of Michael Myers. To tell the truth, it did get a little bit different when it started getting into the series of movies that were released. Look, I would have to say this is very accurate, very close to what I've seen in the movie. It's not your typical Captain Kirk mask that they revamped in the first release horror movies of Halloween, but I think they just were asked to change it up a bit and maybe adapt more of their own sort of mask. It didn't really work for me, but nonetheless it is a very accurate mask, and I don't mind it. The more I look at it, the more I'm getting to like it. There's you got the hair. You can play around, tease it around a bit, and you know, comb it back a bit on the top there, and fluff it out a bit on the sides. It's yeah, sort of. See if I can get you a close up of the. There's the eyes. The sort of dazed, sort of distant eyes there. But some prefer the black eyes, which I do too. Head sculpt does have a good tilting action, side to side. It's got that sort of mask look underneath. And this is the other gripping hand holding the knife. It grips very well. The knife itself is brilliant. I love the knife. And the other relaxed hand. The overalls. The overalls are great. You know, like how hard is it to get a set of overalls if you're customizing a Michael Myers? It's so hard unless you actually get someone that is going to make it for you. So I'm really happy about the size of the overalls. It is a big set figure. It's just over 12.5 inches, which is well around about 6'4", 5", somewhere around there. So which is a very tall figure. So the overalls are matching for that sort of figure. So if you're interested in doing your own little custom, this is the sort of figure you should buy, because it's only $150. So it's made well. The weathering is not too bad. You know, you can always get better with the weathering, because everyone's sort of views on weathering is different. But I like the weathering, and I especially like the laced up boots. Now, how often do you get laced up boots? Wow, you know, that's almost like a custom in itself. So I really like the boots. The articulation is really good because it's a material boot. Unlike your sideshow Jason Voorhees. The articulation's fine. You know, you're not going to articulate this figure too much. The only thing you probably will do is raise his arm above his head, and he does that fine. You know, so that's really all you're going to really do as far as articulating this figure. So you've got the undershirt. It is zippable. It's a little bit padded out to bulk him up, because there's not a lot of figures out there that are big figures that's well, not muscle bound figures, but so yeah, it's padded out to thicken up the overalls, which is perfect. Trying to, Mr. No Nails is trying to zip up the jacket again. So the overalls. Yeah, so there's not really much to say other than it's a good figure for the price. So yeah, I'll give you a quick comparisons next to Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers. Okay, without the stand of Michael, this is pretty much, look, going by where I'm looking, they're pretty even. They're pretty even. In the a little bit higher in the shoulders for Jason. He has no hair, but his bald head is pretty much level with the top of his hair. So probably give the points towards tallness, maybe more towards Jason Voorhees. But both of them are much of the muchness. Probably 6'5", 6", and 6'5", something like that. You know, huge. Guys, look. I like the simplicity of it, just like the sideshow figure, the horror figure. You know, not too much to it. Easy to change your figures with the small accessories, and it's very simple and doesn't get too complicated. And I love not complicated. Really, look, I had a good study of this for about 4 days since the unboxing of it, and I wanted to come up with a fair assumption or opinion of what this figure is. Standalone for $150, I really like this. This is, without doubt, there's nothing out there, Michael Myers Halloween. There is nothing out there. Threezero did it, as far as I'm concerned, and the overalls are great. It's good size. $150. You have a body. You have overalls. You have these great boots. You can weather it up. You can add your little weathering bits. You can weather the mask if you want to. It's almost all that. I'm sorry. I would. Look, even if you wanted to, what you could do is you could order another head sculpt and add it onto this figure. And the person who, in my opinion, is the best of the best as far as customs on a particular horror figure, which is the Michael Myers, also the Jason Voorhees and other figures, but he specialises in Michael Myers. And that would be One's Customs. One's Customs, he's the dude. If you just wanted to get a head, you could get a head. If you wanted to get, I think he has connections, or himself does the knives, if you're not happy with the knives. And yeah, he is the person that you can either do that, or get a complete figure. If you want to pay the price and you want to get a full custom from One's Customs, you're going to get the best of the best. You're going to get it better than this, and but you have to pay them the dollars. You know what I'm saying? Customs aren't cheap. It's the quality of the work that's put into it, and how long it takes to make. There's a lot involved in making these as an one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? So there's your options. Buy a complete custom, get the parts to customize this, or just accept it how it is. So if you're still on the fence and you're not too sure about this, I've put a bunch of photos together for you to have a look at, different angles, different lights, with his knife in the air and stuff like that. Have a look at that, make up your own mind. I'll leave it at that. Test just went out. Gotcha.